Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Tayo Salam. This is what the show looks like today. We're starting with the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and the wait continues for the appointment of a substantive head coach for the Falcons of Nigeria, because yesterday it broke that former Houston Dash manager, head coach Randy Waldrum has decided to move on. You remember, Cecilia, it was approved by the NFF Technical Committee to be the next coach of the Super Falcons. But the story is Randy Waldrum has moved on now. He's now the head coach of the University of Pittsburgh.
So we'll continue to wait till when they will appoint a coach for the Super Falcons.
How long has it been now?
After they won the African Championships in Cameroon. All right, also on the program, we'll be looking at, well, Carabao Cup, and this one, no one saw this coming. Bristol City stunned Manchester United 2-1, and of course, they are through to the semi-finals to clash up against Manchester City.
Wow. No one saw this one coming at all. I mean, we focused on Chelsea and Bournemouth yesterday, not knowing that Bristol had a major surprise up their sleeves there. That's the goal scorer right there, Corey Smith. I imagine is still on cloud 9 this morning. Also on the show, let's still talking football in England. And another one bites the dust, Cecilia. That's 6 in the Premier League now, after Swansea City announced the sacking of Paul Clement yesterday night. And a lot of people say this one has been on the horizon for a while. So not a surprise, Cecilia. It's still a shame to see anyone lose their jobs. So, but we've gotten used to it now when it comes to when it comes to football. I mean, it just happens. It's a very bad feeling.
You know, interesting. It's interesting to know that he was with Carlo Ancelotti at Bayern. So Carlo Ancelotti has lost his job as Bayern. And okay, all right.
I mean, it's just the way the game is.
We'll get there.
We'll do that.
The NBA.
Surely, yeah. Okay, we'll talk more about Paul Clement and what is next for Swansea City later on the show. We'll start off with the NBA basketball, National Basketball Association. We'll have some of the selected results that we have for you this morning. Now we're starting with the one between the Toronto Raptors and the Hornets. That was a very, very interesting and exciting game. The Raptors eventually won that one, 129-111. Cecilia, DeMar DeRozan scored 18 of his 28 points after halftime to ensure of that victory for Toronto.
As your man, Serge Ibaka, also scored 24 points. And that was how they were able to rout Charlotte.
Okay. The thing about Toronto is, I mean, they're just a decent side. They always make the playoffs, and they've got some really decent players. You expect them to, to challenge for the Eastern Conference crown. I know the Cavs are the undisputed kings of that conference, but you just want a bit more from the Raptors when you have DeMar DeRozan. I just mentioned Serge Ibaka as well too. They have Kyle Lowry as well. So all those, really good players, but I guess they just don't have enough to take on the Cavs. So we'll see how this season's playoffs pan out, but it's still a long way to go. Let's move on quickly to the matchup between the Indiana Pacers and the Atlanta Hawks. That one ended 105-95 in favor of Indiana. And our man, Victor Oladipo, once again, 23 points. 23 points on the night for Indiana.
3 pointers.
I mean, he's just having
3 pointers.
He's just having fun now. We're no longer surprised by his performances this season because he's done it over and over again. So maybe when it drops 100 points on us, that might get us really excited in the studio. They also got
50 and 60.
Yeah, I mean, they also got good contribution from Miles Turner, who scored 20 points for Indiana in that particular victory. So good one for Indiana, still on pace to make the playoffs. Also on the show, we also saw the Miami Heat and the Celtics play out a very competitive fixture. He ended 90-89 in favor of the Heat. Just a 1 point loss for the Celtics.
How painful can that be?
Very painful it is. Kelly Olynyk scored a career high 32 points in that victory for Boston. I mean, that was his homecoming, and he made sure his new team got the win. Elsewhere, we saw action between the Warriors and the Grizzlies. That one ended 97-84 in favor of
scoring and close.
Yeah. That one, the Warriors. I mean, it doesn't really matter whether Steph Curry is playing, whether Zaza Pachulia is playing. All these guys are down and out for now, but they seem to find a way to win. It's the depth.
Somehow, I think
it's the depth in the quality.
29 points.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant added 22.
Right.
And have other players coming off the bench also to combine and just start scoring.
That's it. That's why everyone's stepping them to go on to defend their title later on this year. That's their 10 wins in a row, by the way. So they're on a winning streak, and we'll see how far they can take that winning streak too. And last but not the least, the matchup of the night, the Los Angeles Lakers, the young upstarts, Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Houston Rockets, the best team in the NBA. We were riding a 14-game winning streak. Surprise, surprise, Cecilia, the result stays 122-116
in
favor of the Lakers. Wow.
James Harden had 51 points, but that was not enough. 51 points, 9 assists, that was not enough. But I think the Lakers on the night, we have a rookie like Kylie Kuzma having 38 points. And for them to be able to snap that 14-game winning streak off the Lakers. Okay, that's the man.
That's the man right there.
He was the man of the match. Forget the fact that he had a 38 point, but the starters filled up 7 rebounds and 4 assists, while James Harden got 51 points, adding 9 assists. Well, that's just, I don't understand, because this is the first time we're having, them losing when you're having Paul George on court. Most time when you're having, but the thing about this one is they actually left in the early part of the fourth quarter. Chris Paul, Chris Paul, Chris Paul and Paul George. So at the end of the day, well, he added just 25 points, 5 assists, but then that wasn't just not enough.
What a win for the Lakers. Yes. What a win. I mean, that's a statement win right there to beat the best team in the NBA, the team that has James Harden and Chris Paul. It's no mean feat at all. And we've seen the the Lakers, push some really good teams this season. They're still very young, but the coach is doing a very good job. And this season might be too early, but you can tell they're building already, and that building is,